Yeah, man. I'm here. Pissed off again. Didn't I say consistency, G? I did not say consistency. I said we got to go on a roll. I said consistency. I said we can't win one game and then lose a game. Didn't I say that? We can't win a game and lose a game. That's the consistent part. It's just the same old damn thing, man. No offense. I'll just go back to when I had the rant on Seattle. You feel me? And I said the whole Dak Prescott thing. It ain't just Dak Prescott. Everybody was sucking on the offense, all right? We had 258 total yards. Our leading receiver was Ezekiel Elliott with 7 catches. I don't think he even had 50 freaking yards. Dak Prescott only threw for 200, okay? So, yeah, everybody can sit there and say, man, Dak Prescott, sir, he can't do this, he can't do that. Yeah, he didn't play great. Yeah, he threw some terrible passes. But can the receivers catch the ball? Can they? And can we, when it's 4th and 1, on their side of the field, not on our side of the field, not on our 40-yard line, on their 40-yard line, 4th and 1. It was 3rd and 1. And I don't know what kind of play call that was. Run straight up the middle. Who are you faking out? Who are you faking out, G? You know what I'm saying? Then 4th and 1. You got the big kicker, right? He kicked field goals all game, had the big leg, right? He had a 48-yarder. He kicked up to 60 yards, right? What difference if it make if we get stopped? They still driving, right? You had the D that been holding them all game. So 4th and 1, you punt? That's why we don't like you. That's why I don't like you. That's why I don't like you. And I don't care. Because I'm tired of you doing that. 4th and 1? 4th and 1, dog. The defense played good, but no. Let me just get all my stuff off my chest and tell you what I told you was going to happen. Now, I told you on the page, if you write all through the week, oh, sir, J.J. Watt ain't the same player. Oh, Javion Clowney ain't the same player. Yes, they are. Yes, the hell they are, because they was giving us fits all game. I don't care if Javion Clowney only had a half a sack. He was giving us fits. So is J.J. Watt. You feel me?
You know what it feels like when we come in here after a game and do these shows and we losing like this? It feels like we're coming in here to whip our kid's ass or something.
Man,
you know what I mean? To yell at our kid. Like,
man, it's some bull. And I told y'all, Byron Jones is good. He's not great. I said he's good. He's real good, but he ain't great. Hopkins, 9 catches, 154. Now, Chris Richard, I don't know what are you outsmarting yourself? Cheeto getting benched in the doghouse in the B-Hop on Anthony Brown? B-Hop has been killing us all game. Why is Cheeto out? And Anthony Brown? Lord, I should smack myself on that one because that's just dumb. You feel me? What did I say in the rant? Nobody's scared of our offense. Nobody's scared of receivers. And we showed again why nobody's scared of our receivers. I said nobody's scared of our tight ends. I said that in the rant. I said nobody's scared of Dak Prescott. And I said, I don't care how good of a defense you got. The defense will play good all game. But if you can't score points, you're going to lose. Didn't I say that in the rant, G? That's exactly what the hell I said in that rant. And it is coming true again. So I don't know what the hell's going on, but I'm sick of it.
What's up, Sieber in the comments? I ain't seen you in there in a long time. Appreciate you watching on Facebook Live. Yeah, man, it's frustrating to watch. It's been a roller coaster ride. It's the 8-8. It's the 2-2. It's the win one, lose one. There's no consistency.
It's the same old BS.
It's tough to watch, man. So a couple of those interceptions that Dak threw came off of the hands of receivers.
Well, the first one was Austin's fault. And yes, Dak could have thrown a better pass. Yes, he could have. He could have threw a better pass. But guess what? You still should catch that, Austin. But the second pass when he threw to Thompson, that was his fault. That was a bad pass. But Thompson on the one where Dak was scrambling and Clowney almost sacked him and he threw it. Yeah, it wasn't the greatest pass. But Thompson, you got to catch that. That was a first down. You feel me? So as much as Dak ain't playing good, your receivers ain't helping. So it's like for us to beat a team, we damn near have to play perfect football. No holding penalties, no nothing. We have to play perfect football to win a game. Didn't I tell you about Deshaun Watson? I told y'all about him. Don't sit there and tell me Deshaun Watson had a sophomore slump. He having a sophomore slump. No, he ain't. He had a 93 rating before he came into the game, and he threw for 377 yards, 33 for 44, and he did what he wanted.
Did Dak play well enough to win?
No.
I feel like we were in the game at least.
The defense.
Jalen Smith.
The defense.
Van Der Esch.
Van Der Esch had 13 tackles. Jalen Smith had 12. You feel me? So they kept us in the game. But guess what? How many opportunities did we have to get downfield? And it was always something, dog. We can't catch the ball. We can't block. We get a long run. We get a holding penalty. It's just always something. But more than anything else that's standing out of my brain right now is 4th and 1. I'm sorry for yelling. That pisses me off. 4th and 1, dog. What do we got to lose? What do we got to lose, G? Scared man don't win. Conservative don't win in the NFL. It don't. So why you doing it? That's why everybody say you an average coach. I can just go back to the things that say average team, average coach, just average, mediocre, same old thing.
It's boring to watch.
Boring as hell to watch us. Does anybody get excited? Oh, we got one threat, Ezekiel Elliott. And if he don't play good, we don't win. Ezekiel Elliott had 152 yards rushing, and we still barely won. You feel me?
We're limited.
We played the Giants. That wasn't really the Giants suck. We getting happy because we beat the Giants. Everybody beating the Giants. They stink. You feel me? And then we played the Lions. Yeah, they won, but so what? They almost beat us. It's just always the same damn thing with us, man. I get tired of it, man. Am I going to die and not see another Super Bowl? I'm spoiled then because I seen all of them except the very first one. The very first one I didn't see because I wasn't in the womb then. I was in the womb in them 70s, and I seen all them Super Bowls, and I want another one.
Who you think deserves most of the blame for this?
Man, damn. Who? The offense. And it ain't just Linehan with the dumb play calling. He called a pretty decent play call game, but it's just like when we get in the clutch. You feel me, G? It's like when we get in the clutch. When it's clutch time, dumb calls are being made. The 2 back-to-back calls have me burnt up. I stayed up late. I'm sleepy. I want to go to bed. And you're going to make me stay up for overtime for that? Huh? 3rd and 1, we can't get 1 yard in overtime. We need to be 3 and 2, not 2 and 3. We had the opportunity. Philly loses. The Giants lose. You want the Redskins to be number 1 in the division? Slap ourselves for that one. It's pit, man, dog, man. I just want to throw a chair.
It's frustrating, especially when you come out and you look good on that first drive. You get a big chunk
and then
play,
nothing.
And then nothing.
It's the same old thing, dog. We can't score no points. And then, like you said, what we saying? Being cheap. I don't even know. Well, Dez, would it really help us? The offense just ain't nothing. It's just like you get what you pay for. You went cheap, and that's what you're getting back. You went cheap, you're getting that back. Dak needs help.
Eric Doxson has a good point in our Facebook Live comments. He says we got an interception.
Man.
First one on the season.
Yeah, we got an interception, but what happened with it? Nothing. No points. Matter of fact, you get the interception, and it's almost the end of the game, right? All we had to do, we had, 10 seconds, right? 10 seconds. All we needed was 18 yards. You know we weren't getting it.
You already knew.
That's the sad part about my team. I know when we're going to get a first down. I know we're not.
When Zeke finally does get it going, then we have the big holding penalty to bring it back.
Oh, my God.
Kills the momentum.
How many times we just sit here and watch the games? We just sit here and watch the games. And what do we always say to ourselves? Why do these other teams always get the lucky bounces? They always get
things just go their way.
Hopkins gets overtime. It's a perfect example. This never happens for us. Our receiver can't catch it, spin out of 2 people, almost trip, run 40 more yards, and then they beat us. Our people, we are jinxed or something snake bitten because every team we play all the time, this stuff happens to us. How come it can't never happen? How come it can't ever happen for us? How come we can't never have a play like that? It's always against us. It's like, damn, dude. I'm tired of it. It's like, what are we? Who are we? Who is the Dallas Cowboys? Right now, who are we? We don't have no identity at all. None. Run the ball with Zeke, shut him down, then what? What are we? We're Brett Maher. That's what we are. Let's save for the field goal. Let's save for the field goal because field goals at least or something, right?
What's the biggest difference you think between that 16 season and now? Obviously, Jason Witten and Des Bryant, but we had them last season. So, what made that big of a difference between back then and now? Is the offensive line just not as good? Is that it?
No, because, I don't think it's that. I just feel like when Ezekiel Elliott and when Dak Prescott came in the league, you know how it is.
No tape
Nobody
on you.
has tape on you. Nobody knows what you're doing. Nobody knows anything about you. You take the team by storm. You take the NFL by storm. We've seen it time and time again in the NFL. We've seen it with RG3. We've seen it with so many running backs and quarterback combinations by themselves come in, blow up one year, and then you never see them again, right? Because the league gets taped. That's why it's the NFL and it's not the CFL. It's not the CFL. It's not the AFL. It's not the one league that had Vince McMahon. It's not that league. It's the NFL, man. It's the best. So if you come in one year and you were the man, they're going to try to shut you down the next year. And it just seems like we are caught up. And then we're being cheap. We didn't go out and get a receiver. We didn't get a dynamic receiver. You feel me? Who was our number one? We put a lot of stock in Gallup, and Gallup ain't ready. You feel me? Gallup ain't ready. And it sure ain't Deontay Thompson. So who else is it? Who is it, G? Now, we can say Dak Prescott sucks. You can say it. He has been struggling. You can say it. I can agree he's been struggling. But who does he have to throw to? Who's our number one? Damn, man. I said it was cool for me to bring back Dez. Didn't we talk about it? Well, it was Tuesday. Didn't we say it?
Yep.
Gee, didn't we say we definitely bring back Dez?
I think we've realized now that it wasn't on Dez.
It wasn't all Dez. And we were definitely saying, yeah, bring back Dez. But what also we say? He ain't coming back. Somebody need to swallow their pride or something because we need somebody to catch the ball.
It won't make a difference.
Yeah, you're right. Dez ain't going to make no difference in this offense. Offense sucks.
But tonight, yeah, we could have used a guy that could catch better tonight.
Yes.
Considering like that high throw to
the
Austin.
high point balls, he definitely could have made a difference.
Like Hopkins will snatch that ball out the sky.
And the one where Austin caught it and he dropped it because he hit the ground, that's something Dez does. You feel me? So we do it in that aspect. Yeah, we probably definitely could have used him in that aspect because we have nobody. It looks bleak. G, it looks bleak as hell. And guess who we got coming into town next week? And they mad because they got their ass kicked against the Kansas City Chiefs. One of the top defenses. And who you think they going to key on? Ezekiel Elliott, make Dak Prescott beat us, and let's see what them receivers do. Man, I was watching the coverage from the Texans. Their secondary is whack. You feel me? Their secondary is whack, and none of our guys were getting separation. So that's a lie, Cole Beasley. Sometimes y'all wasn't getting separation because I was seeing too many one-on-ones, and they don't have no kind of secondary, and you guys can't get open. Man, that's just some BS, dude.
This is a good opportunity, too, with the Eagles losing today to really take command of the division. You hope the Redskins lose tomorrow night. We would have been sitting nice. The Giants lost again, but nope. Opportunity right in front of the Cowboys, and once again, just like these games have gone, the Cowboys just cannot seize that moment. They can't take advantage of it when it's right there in front of them.
Yeah, and
so it's frustrating, man.
And I'm looking at a lot of
roller coaster season.
It's going to be up and down, but I'm listening to a lot of comments, and yes, why the hell Bryce Butler ain't playing? I forgot all about him. That's sad. We got him. Okay, we were all geeked up about Bryce Butler, and what was the reason why? Because he had a great rapport with Dak, right? He has a great rapport with Dak. So why the hell is Deontay Thompson playing and not Bryce Butler? You feel me? Now you're getting Tavon Austin more in the offense. Let me give you a clap for that. But why are you still letting Deontay Thompson play, and why is Bryce Butler not playing? You got him on the team for a reason.
I feel like we need an answer for that. Like, why did we bring him in and he's not doing anything?
Like, what's the point? Would you say, oh, we got Bryce Butler, we got a deep threat, he has a great rapport with Dak, but he's going to sit the bench?
You feel like he could have plugged right in and did what he was doing before he ever left.
Right. And I mean, he's one of our top receivers coming in. He always wanted to be a number one, right? We don't have nobody. So why is he not playing? He was deactivated. He wasn't active the first game. I get it. Second and third game? I mean, I was there the last game. He didn't even get off the bench, maybe like one play. What the hell's going on, dude?
I mean, the offensive line was getting pretty dominated today.
By who?
Clowney and Watt.
Exactly.
So that's a deadly combination.
I'm saying, I told everybody the usual suspects. I said, who are the people to watch out for? Deshaun Watson. Guess what? Matter of fact, I told you, I had a poll, G, and it was a breakdown. Who's better, quarterback, running back, receivers, tight ends, and all the check marks. And I said, I agree with that list. And one was check mark was Deshaun Watson over Dak Prescott. I said, I agree with that. You know what? I had like 3 or 4 people jump on my page like, Dak ain't better. I mean, Deshaun Watson ain't better than Dak Prescott. Yes, he is. Yes, the hell he is. Don't you dare tell me Deshaun Watson ain't better than Dak Prescott. And I hate saying it because I got a homeboy named Stevie Wood, and he loves Clemson. He rides and dies for Clemson, and he kept busting my damn head. Deshaun Watson better. Deshaun Watson. And I know he's going to be on my Facebook tonight. Thank you, Dallas Cowboys, for doing that for me, because he's going to get right into my inbox and say, I told you he better. And all I'm going to say is, leave me alone. You feel me? Didn't I say watch out for DeAndre Hopkins? What did he do? Didn't I say watch out for Clowney and Watt? What did they do? Listen to me sometimes, damn it, Cowboys.
You would think that those ones are pretty obvious.
Right. And they still did what they wanted. Like, for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, did you see the passes
Just
Watson was throwing?
Can't stop him.
See, Dak can't do that. I don't care what nobody tell me. And that's the problem I have with Dak, because he can't do what Deshaun Watson was doing. Did you see them lasers? We were watching them ropes. You feel me? Like, let's keep it real. You was watching them ropes from Deshaun Watson, and you was watching, when you watch Dak Prescott and then you watch Deshaun Watson, you could see the difference. Is that not true? I mean, I'm asking you, G.
Yeah, I mean, Deshaun Watson is clearly better, but yeah. What are we comparing here? I mean,
I don't know. I'm just pissed. You know what I'm saying?
But I don't think anyone thinks Dak is better than. I mean, maybe some.
Yes, they were. Yeah, they were jumping on my page, ripping me, saying Deshaun Watson is on a slump.
I don't expect Dak to do what Deshaun does, but I do expect Dak to play better than he's been playing. Because right now, this offense can't put up more than 20 points, and your defense still holds a team under 20 points, and you still can't get the win. And we were saying that during the game. In order for us to win games, this defense has got to hold teams under 20 points. But it's tough to win when you can't even score 20. And a running back's only going to get you so far. I mean, think about it. What great running backs go that far in the playoffs? What great running backs win a lot of games? Not that many. You know, I mean, Le'Veon Bell might be an exception with Pittsburgh, but he never got to a Super Bowl.
Got to be able to throw the ball. Like, what team is going to make it to the Super Bowl just running the ball now? It's not happening. You got to be able to throw the ball, and we can't throw the ball. We don't have anybody to throw to, and our quarterback is just average. He's just an average quarterback. He's just an average quarterback. And unless it's kind of like, unless you have all the weapons around him that are perfect, he's got to have really good receivers. He's got to have a really good tight end. He's got to have a good offensive line. He's got to have a really good running back. He's got to have really good pieces around him to really function, because when those other pieces around him aren't functioning or not doing well, he doesn't do well.
We talked about it too. He just doesn't have that command over the offense. When you think about quarterbacks like Brady and Roethlisberger, you were talking about that 4th and inches where he could have just snuck it.
Right.
Like if you remember the Steelers game, the play where Brown and Roethlisberger did the fake spike and threw the touchdown.
Right.
Only them two knew they were doing that. Nobody else on the team even knew that.
Right.
Because that was Roethlisberger taking command. Brady, he'll do the same thing. He'll just snap the ball and sneak it. No, he didn't even tell anybody. He's just doing it.
Yeah, but they also got more years in that offense to be able to do that too.
I'm just saying that's the type of command, though, that you think you would want. You know, you got to be able to be confident to switch that play and do it, you know, what he feels like can work.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, though.
And then they try the sneak on a play, and it worked, but.
You should have did it to play before.
And they did it when there's a bunch of guys in the box.
Exactly. It's like you're being counterproductive. When you had the short 3rd and 1, they try to run Ezekiel Elliott, right? And then it's just like, dude, you're not going to get that. He's 5 yards back. It's 1 yard. Freaking sneak it. It's okay. Dak is 240 freaking pounds. Sneak it. Then they stop it. Now let's go sneak it. You don't make it obvious. That's people talk about play calling. But hey, what the hell ever. He's making $5 million a year. He must know something. But I don't get it when that overtime. That's the thing that pissed me off, that when we drive in, it's almost like you know what's going to happen to us. You feel me, G? It's like you knew when it was 3rd and 1, we're going to get stopped. Don't you just be having that feeling with our teams now? With my team, I just feel it. It just feel like 3rd and 1 is too good to be true. We just can't get that first down. And what happens? We get stopped. And then it's 4th and 1. It's like, yes, let's go for it. Hey, let's go for it. Let's go for it. Bump it. And the punt team comes on.
Well, there for a while, like with 8 minutes to go in the 4th quarter, we get the ball back. The game's tied. I'm thinking, okay, we're going to do this typical, or I think we were down. It was 16-13. We were going to do, or no, we was tied at this time. This is the drive where Zeke had a couple big runs and then there was a penalty. But that was going to be that drive like last week where you go down and put the nail in the coffin, take all the time off the clock, and end the game. But obviously a penalty stopped that, or we could be talking a different game, not even having overtime. So,
but we always
there's a lot
have
of
that
other
to
things.
It's always the other things with us. You feel me though, G? It's always the other thing.
It's sad because you had a huge performance from Jalen Smith that's overshadowed today.
Van Der Esch.
That stop he had was huge. I wanted to highlight that. I love the way he just took off like he's running a 40-yard dash on that play. He showed his speed, and I think his knee's fully healthy. We can say that.
Knee and foot.
So appreciate all you guys who are checking us out right now on Facebook Live and
I ain't
YouTube.
recognize nobody. I'm sorry.
We're not huge
pissed.
in the comments tonight. Obviously, a loss. Not everybody's too happy. I can go through and give a few shout-outs on Facebook Live. Keep the comments coming. I'll see your names. I'm looking at all of them. I see you all.
What's
Lorenzo,
up, everybody?
Franklin Green, Antonia Leia, Mark White, Hulk Logan's in there.
What's up,
Will
Hulk?
Richards, appreciate
What's up,
you.
Will? What's up, everybody?
Eric Doxson, Daniel Candelino, Troy Desmond. Appreciate all you guys leaving us comments, and then all of you also watching on our YouTube page. We appreciate you there too. Make sure you guys give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the YouTube page, and if you're not subscribed and you're watching on Facebook Live, go subscribe over there too. Stevie Mac 23, Blue Got 5. So many people watching, 330 people watching on YouTube. We appreciate you over there.
Oh, y'all awesome. Y'all wanted to hear me yell?
175 on Facebook.
Y'all wanted to hear me
you.
yell?
So we're just going through this loss together, just kind of a quick reaction. Everybody getting their comments in. We appreciate everything, and I know it's tough to watch.
It's tough to watch because it's just like we're average and we're medium. It's just the same old thing. When is Jerry Jones going to get tired of the same old thing? No, he ain't going to get tired because we're the #1 selling product out there. So he's not tired unless that product stops getting tired. You feel me? That's the way I feel, okay? That's the way I feel. That product is still #1, so we're okay. But at the end of the day, our team is still the same. We're average. I keep trying to tell y'all, we ain't winning nothing with Garrett. Don't sit there and tell me. I have people that are Garrett people. You can be the Garrett person all you want to. And I'm not jumping on Garrett because everybody else jumping on Garrett. It's just the fact. We ain't winning nothing with Garrett. That's the fact. We ain't. And we can stop trying to believe it. Stop trying to believe it, Jerry. Stop trying to believe it. Stop trying to make it happen. You want to make it happen so bad so you can say, I brought in Jason and I made it work. You have this resistance because you don't want to start over because you're old or whatever. But guess what? It's okay. You know what? People say, well, who's out there? You lose him and then you take a chance on you get a young coach and then you're all bad. Well, guess what? You got to take chances in this world, don't you? Are we just going to be safe all our life? We'll be the Cincinnati Bengals. Mike Brown, he plays safe with Marvin Lewis. They're playing better, but they still ain't won a playoff game. But guess what? As long as I'm still getting to the playoffs, we ain't got to win a playoff game. As long as we just getting there, I'm good with keeping this coach for 15 years with nothing.
Yeah, the thing I always hear is that Jerry don't want to start over.
Yeah, he don't want to start over because he don't want to start over. So we ain't going to start over and we're just going to stay a mediocre squad because you don't want to start over? Or you worried about starting over? It's a crapshoot. It's a gamble. Do you gamble in the draft?
He probably said back when he hired Garrett, like, this will be my last coach as a Cowboys head coach in my life. That's probably what he said to himself.
But I'm saying, G, when you have a draft, right? But we were conservative in the draft too. We've been conservative with receiver. We're conservative. And when you're conservative, you don't win. You're not going to win. You're not going to win nothing being conservative. And I'm not sitting there and saying every freaking 4th and 1, go for it. But when it calls for you to do it, Get some freaking cojones and freaking go for it. Okay? We didn't have anything to lose. It's overtime. It was 5 minutes left in the game. You knew Deshaun Watson. This dude probably had broke ribs. They were breaking him off, and he still got the ball on the 20-yard line and took him down the field to score with like broke ribs. This dude was on the sideline at the third quarter. He was getting rocked, and he still came back in and beat us. You can't keep your defense on the field all game and keep on thinking they're going to hold it when your offense can't score points. It's a fact. It won't never happen, Jason Garrett.
Yeah, you got to go for it in that situation, considering and at that
What's
point,
there to lose?
At that point in overtime, a field goal will win the game. So you definitely.
I mean, at least try the field goal, but I mean, you probably lose those because I think when you miss the field goal, they take an extra 10 yards. So I get that, but it's 1 yard. It's 1 yard. We're trying to be 3-2. The Eagles lost. The Giants lost. This is a perfect time to get a good foothold in the NFC East, and then 4th and 1 on their 42, not on our 42. Maybe I'll be thinking like, yeah, you punt it on our 42, but we're on their side of the field. We're on their side of the field. So if we're on their side of the field, grab some, can I say nuts? I'm saying get some balls, some nuts, grow them, get some hair on them, do something, get some balls. Was I allowed to say that?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. I wonder about things.
Well, you were saying Jacksonville's coming in next week. This is probably the type of game that the Cowboys will go out there and win.
Right. Because that's just what we do. And you know what, G? It's funny you say that because what is it going to talk about? What we were talking about, a week ago? That Jason Garrett is going to have his team we'll fight just enough. We're going to fight just enough to get that victory and be like, okay, it's deceiving. It's deceiving. Because what's going to happen is we're going to play lights out against Jacksonville and be like, oh, we're okay. We're okay. We're not okay. We're not okay. And I don't really foresee us going ham against Jacksonville. You feel what I'm saying? They got Jalen Ramsey in them. And I know he was getting toasted by Tyreek Hill a little bit, but we don't got no Tyreek Hill. We got Tavon Austin, but he ain't Tyreek Hill. Feel me? And we ain't going to use Tavon Austin like they used Tyreek Hill. And guess what? We don't have Patrick Mahomes. That's the biggest key.
Was it just me, or did Jason Garrett just kind of have this look of like defeat on his face?
He
tonight?
just looked, man.
I feel like he feels like the time is coming to an end. I feel like he knows like this.
What time is coming to an end?
This isn't working.
What time is coming to an end?
His job.
Let's see that. I like to see that. What are we 2-3 right now?
2-3.
2-3 headed into Jacksonville. And then we got to believe what? Washington after that? Oh, they licking their chops. They licking their chops. Oh, we got these guys. Jason Garrett, you better talk to what you going to tell them. What you going to tell them? What are we going to tell us fans? What are we going to say? Why can't we score points? We're not winning games. We're average. We're mediocre. We're barely up. We're not a playoff team.
Cole Beasley is basically a ghost.
He got what, 1 catch? 2 catches? I think. But who's our number one, though? I mean, who's a guy that we can go to?
There's no one that really stands out.
There's not one guy, if you're not playing Bryce Butler, that we can say, go to him.
Appreciate all you guys who are commenting with us on YouTube and Facebook Live right now. We appreciate you tuning in late night. Reaction to this game, another loss. Up and down season so far. We haven't won 2 in a row. We haven't lost 2 in a row. So looks like a win is in store next week. But if you guys are watching on YouTube, make sure you smash that thumbs up button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. We're live every Sunday. We're usually a lot more interactive than this, taking a lot more comments. But with the loss, it's a little bit more tough to do that. And it's a late night show. So we are live every Sunday. Normally we're working to bring a lot more content to you guys. So keep checking in on our Facebook pages and our YouTube channels as well. We appreciate everybody who's checking us out right now.
Yes, I just seen this too. We haven't had a 100-yard receiver in like 800 years. Think about it. Dak barely threw for 200. He threw 29 times.
We're on a little bit of a streak for 1,000-yard receivers too, aren't we?
I think so. No, do we have 1,000? I don't think we had 1,000 yard. Yeah, we haven't had 1,000 yard.
Dez hadn't had one since 14, and that would have been the last time.
Wow, and we haven't had a 100-yard receiver, and it seems like eons.
That's why I said it don't matter if we bring Dez or don't matter what. We're never going to have a number one top flight receiver with Dak Prescott because he's always going to be limited.
He's limited. Just facts. He's limited, and we all just got to, people who are, get on me sometimes when I go ham on Prescott, and I've been a backer of him, and I still like him for what he brings, but it's like you got a lot of work, but like I said, our receiving core don't help him. It just has to be a perfect team for Dak Prescott. That's just what I feel. He's an average quarterback, and he's a fourth rounder. That's why he went in the fourth round. That's why he didn't get drafted in the first round. That's why he didn't get drafted in the second, third, and that's why Charles Tapper. You remember Charles Tapper?
Yes, I do.
He got drafted before Dak Prescott in the fourth round. That should tell you something. And he's not longer with our team. Charles Tapper was drafted ahead of Dak Prescott. So, as I said before, 16, yes, but they found out. We all found out. And it just looks like you're the same quarterback that no, it don't look like you're the same quarterback. It looks like you regressed. And it just looks like you're an average quarterback. And where do you see him getting better? Where do you see, where do you see it?
It looks the same every week.
It looks the same. It doesn't look like any improvement. Like the Detroit game, he threw some lasers, but then he also missed some. It's just like it's always going to be that with Dak Prescott. And I just feel like you can't have a perfect team. Your quarterback has to make plays. You can't have a perfect team. You're not going to have a perfect team. Yes, you got to get him weapons, but he's still got to be able to make some plays. I wonder if Deshaun Watson was on our team right now. Do you think he could have still made some plays? Because he was throwing dimes, dog, and that's what bothers me. Because when he was getting pressure, you saw G. Remember that one play? The pocket was collapsed. He threw a laser over to Hopkins right in front of his face where he could catch it and receive it. The outs he was throwing, those are one of the hardest passes to throw. He's lasering them. We don't have that, and that's our problem. And until we get something like that, we ain't going to consistently win games. Not no more, because they found out about Zeke Elliott. They found out about him.
And I think we all might realize now, too, that we had that with Romo.
Yeah.
That's something that we had.
Now, damn
we
well.
Try to find that again.
Now, damn well, if we had a Romo or a guy could really throw that ball, we probably win that game.
Probably win a lot of other games, too.
Yeah. I mean, that's just a fact. Folks, tell me you could say, no, it ain't. Yeah, it is. In my eyes, it is. If we had somebody who could just consistently push that ball down the field or make plays, I know we don't got the greatest receiving core, but if you had a Romo, and I'm not trying to jump on no Romo, bring Romo back. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that if you had a guy that could throw the ball and make plays like Romo could, then he made what was that dude's name? The number 11 that had them 11 touchdowns, and Robinson. And then he went to another team, Jacksonville, the next year and didn't do nothing. You know why? Because Romo made him. Miles Austin.
Yeah, Laurent Robinson.
Laurent Robinson. You would have, Miles Austin, ain't nobody ever heard of Miles Austin, did they?
No.
And then Romo brought you to the forefront by making you better.
Raheem Scott comments on our Facebook Live. He says when the ball touches Hopkins' hands, he'll catch it, though. True.
True story, but he's an all-pro. But did you? I'll tell you on this. Was it Raheem that made that comment?
Yep.
Raheem. Also, did you see the lasers that were going to him? Did you see those lasers? Did you see the passes? He was 33 of 44, folks, for 377. Did you see them lasers?
All right, so I'm going to ask you right now, and I want you guys to tell me in the comments, too, on YouTube and Facebook Live. Right now, if it's up to you, are you re-signing Dak after next season? Because next year will be the last year of his rookie deal, and you got to make a decision really this offseason. Are you bringing him back long-term or not? What are you doing right now?
You know everybody's saying, well,
Right now, are you going to go try to move on and find you another quarterback, or are you going to try to go ahead and invest in Dak in the next 5 years, right now going forward? Let me know what you guys think in the comments.
Yeah, tell me.
Are you investing 5 more years at Dak Prescott, or are you looking for a new guy after this season? If we keep seeing this type of play.
Let's see. We got negative. Hell no. No.
Because right now.
Hell no.
Right now. He's not playing better than he has before. He's playing worse than he's played before, which means you have regressed. We haven't seen the progression that we've hoped to see. So are you willing to take a chance and give him 5 more years?
Nope.
Or you want to go ahead and move on to something that you might know is more of a sure thing?
I'll take a chance. I'll take a chance on the draft.
You might get 5 more years of an 8-8 type deal here.
I'm not investing a long-term big money deal in no Dak Prescott. I'm sorry. I'm just not going to do that. No, that's not smart money. That's not smart money.
Jakara says you can't judge it because he has no receivers. So what are we supposed to do then?
So
what are we supposed to do?
Right. So I don't stop people giving the excuses for Prescott. I said the guys weren't making plays, but the quarterback's got to make some kind of plays, man.
Tom Brady's had a slew of receivers, 71 different guys that have caught touchdown passes.
And a lot of them we don't remember.
There's 2 guys that stand out, like Gronk and Moss. I mean, that's about it.
I mean, I just – once again, you have to have a perfect team for Dak Prescott to be successful, and that doesn't work in the NFL. Injuries happen. Things happen during the season. You got to be able to have a quarterback to make plays. Do you think if we had a Patrick Mahomes or something like that, he could have probably made some plays in the passing game? Like, let's keep it real.
Absolutely. You
feel
see
me?
what he's doing over there?
I mean, and he don't have the greatest receivers. Yes, he does have a Travis Kelce. He does have Tyreek Hill.
That's him. Alex Smith had those guys.
Yeah.
And he ain't doing what Patrick Mahomes is doing.
True, but Alex Smith still made plays in that offense too, though. You feel me?
Yeah, Alex Smith is pretty good.
They're winning because Alex Smith can still
Alex
complete.
Smith is better than Dak Prescott.
Yeah, he is. Who would you say the one? I mean, out of all the starting quarterbacks in the NFL right now, you saw where Dak was rated a couple weeks ago. He was like the 24th best quarterback. Where would you rank him right now? He still wouldn't be what? He still would be like 23rd. He's like Blake Bortles. They're like the same people.
Over here on our YouTube Live, we appreciate all you guys tuned in and watching right now. Again, smash that thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button. We're live every Sunday. Golden Boy 214. I love these YouTube names. He says Dak don't pass the eye test. Robert says Garrett needs to get fired. New coach. Let's see. We got some more people talking about Dak Prescott here. Frankie Frank says Dak would be a good backup. Ivan says bench Prescott and bring Cooper Rush. I don't know about that one.
No.
I don't think we have a quarterback on the team that's going to be better than Dak, at least not this season.
Yeah, I agree.
Right now for this year, Dak's the best option right now.
He's our best option right now.
I'm talking strictly like in the future. Are you re-signing this guy or not? Because this is the offseason where that decision has to be made after the season. Otherwise, you might bring him back on some kind of cheap deal, but then you're just setting your franchise back. You want to get that guy that you want to invest all that money in. Mr. Davis on YouTube says Dallas needs to sign T.O. I mean, why not? He does probably want to play. Greg Castillo says go get Sean Payton after Breeze retires. Chase Nichols said trade Dak for Sam Darnold. What about that? Have you ever thought about that? Would you consider
Who
trading?
the hell is giving up Sam Darnold
would you
Dak
ever,
Prescott?
Well, that's interesting, though. Would you consider trading Dak?
For who? Who the hell's taking Dak Prescott?
Some people are saying, okay, these are unrealistic. Sam Darnold, no. Patrick Mahomes, no. Torres says Teddy Bridgewater would help right away.
I said that we should have brought in Teddy Bridgewater on a veteran deal. I said that. I posed a question on my page weeks ago. I said, what will we do? And he was available. And now the Cowboys were working out Landry Jones. You could have had Teddy Bridgewater or Landry Jones. Well, which one would you take? Would you feel better if you had a Teddy Bridgewater in that backfield today?
Yeah, I like Teddy.
Did you feel like Teddy could have made some passes in the passing game?
Teddy should be a starting quarterback in this league.
Yep.
King Howie says go take a chance on Kaepernick.
You know that ain't happened, so we don't even need to talk about that. Let's talk about realistic things.
Golden Boy says, can we switch Leal and Connor?
I mean, that ain't making no difference. Connor didn't play no bad game, and Leal was decent. Tyron, well, let's talk about Tyron Smith. Okay, I want to see the tape because it was it's the overreaction, I guess. But I saw a lot of Javion Clowney just standing there and then doing these herky-jerky moves and killing Tyron Smith with him. So let's not just bash Leal Collins. Tyron Smith was getting worked.
Janiqua Russell says Dak was never meant to be the starting quarterback. I'm looking on Facebook Live now.
And all them comments, G, were no.
Aaron Howard says on the Dak Prescott question.
Yes, that question that you posed, no.
Did you find any
hell
yeses?
No. All I saw was no, hell no.
There were no yeses in there.
I mean,
damn.
We can call him a RG3. Can we not call him a RG3 right now?
You know what I would like to hear? I think RG3, well, yeah, I mean, at this point.
If you look at how RG3, he only had one good year.
Dak's second year was decent.
decent, but you saw the regression.
We saw a lot of what we're seeing this year last year.
We saw the regression.
Aaron Howard says who, and I'm looking at Facebook Live, he says who's in the draft is worth drafting. The guy I would like would be right for here from Ohio State, Dwayne Haskins. You know he's coming out. So when you talk about quarterbacks,
they got the kid from Missouri. They got the kid from Oregon. I don't know all the names.
That's a guy I like. That's who I watch, though. So
you know what I'm saying? So I haven't really got to dabble in it. I've seen a few of the quarterbacks, but yes, I mean, we need somebody that can throw the ball.
Kimberly and Jacob Yates said you get what you pay for.
True.
Talking about 4th-round pick.
True story. And you get what you pay for when you go for cheap receivers, too.
Do you feel like all this team needs is a quarterback? And
yes.
Just a quarterback away from being real contenders.
Yes. I mean, what have we were always talking, we had Romo, and when we were wanting to find a quarterback that could back him up and can take his role because we knew his time was short with those injuries. That's what we were craving. Somebody could slide right in. And like I said, well, I had those concerns about Dak Prescott when he was in college. Even though he threw for 4,000 or 3,000 yards here, 3,000 yards there, I still felt like, excuse me, he was limited in what he could do as far as the passing game. You had to really incorporate run with him. And like I said, I seen passes he was throwing in 2016. I was like, whoa. But he lacked a lot of coaching with Romo and other guys. Mark Sanchez was a big help. Now you see him with Kellen Moore, and it just likes a whole regression. Since those veteran guys have left and the guys that have coaching him now, it doesn't look like he's gotten better. It looks like he's gotten worse. So if he looks like he hasn't gotten better and he's gotten worse, why would you invest a long-term deal in that and have to wait and worry about your franchise still being in the position of being mediocre? We need to have something dynamic. You have a great running back in Ezekiel Elliott, and you don't have a lot of years left on his deal. His rookie deal is going to be coming up, and you know they're going to try to probably re-sign him for that. Or I don't know what's going to happen. They didn't do it for Murray, but I definitely think they're going to re-sign Zeke at least to one more deal. So if they sign Zeke to one more deal, we need a quarterback and not waste his precious years. Because once that second deal is done, Ezekiel Elliott's probably going to be done with the Cowboys.
Yeah. I mean, there's frustration that's going to set in with him too.
You feel me?
After not winning.
After not winning, you're going to.
You know, he's the kind of guy that's
competitive.
He's going to voice that frustration.
He's competitive. And then you got DeMarcus Lawrence on the fold. You don't know what's going to happen with him. You get what I mean, G? These times are precious. You have a core. When you have that core that you're trying to win, you got to win now. It doesn't matter. You can keep your team young, but the mindset always has to be we're winning now. Even though you're building for the future, you must win now because you're an injury from away. You're a contract away from your whole team changing the scope, and then you may have to make some adjustments. So win when you can win. And right now we're 2-3. We don't look like a playoff team. We got a tough stretch ahead of us, and we got teams that are licking their chops because now they're like, guess what? We don't fear nothing about the Cowboys offense, and eventually that defense is going to give it up. So that's what they're talking to themselves. We don't fear your offense, so we're coming after you. Do you see how many times they was blitzing the hell out of us? They don't fear us. They were putting one-on-one coverage with a terrible-ass secondary and blitzing the hell of us and said, we dare you. And what do? Flop.
If you guys missed anything from this reaction show, you can go back and rewatch it after we end the stream here, or you can catch us on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Play as well. You missed some really good reaction at the beginning of the show, so go back and check it out once we get done. Let me give a few more Facebook shout-outs and YouTube shout-outs before we jump out of here. Jason Jones on YouTube says, and we were talking about the comparison to RG3 with Dak, he says Tim Tebow, echoing kind of what I've been saying for a long time.
You've been
just
Tebow
like
from
Tim
a long
Tebow,
time,
man.
Mm-hmm.
Very limited as a passer. If you look at them, they kind of have the same running style. They're kind of the similar size, like
and how they throw weird when they run they're throwing on the
that
run.
Awkward delivery,
that foot kicking out when they throwing
it into the dirt, throwing it too high. I mean, there's a lot of similarities there. Dak's probably a little bit better than Tim Tebow as a thrower, but
not by much.
But yeah, I mean, I see a lot of similarities. On Facebook Live, Kenneth Dow, Colson Thomas, Noah Popham, Riot Black, Justin Vernado, Colson Thomas, Reming Griff, Sean Sellers, all you guys who are commenting right now. Marvin Hargrove's in there with us. We appreciate you guys that tune in every week. If we missed your shout-out, you got to check in with us every Sunday because that's when we're live a lot on Sundays. So definitely tune in on Sundays for shout-outs and to get in on the conversation because we are the voice of the fans. We do this show for you guys, for the platform of the fans, so you can jump in here and share this frustration with us. about this loss tonight. So looking ahead a little bit, man, we got Zeke now a little bit banged up, so we got to kind of see what happens with that, what news comes out about that.
Why was Cheeto not playing?
What do you think needs to change? Because, like, I feel like we keep coming out of these games with, like, not having any answers. We always say we want to see consistency, but that's exactly what we're not getting. We're consistently inconsistent.
I mean, it's just, where do you start? I don't have an answer. Like, it's sad that you don't have an answer because there's no answers on offense. There's no answers on offense. We can't score points. That's just a fact. We can't score points. We only had 250 yards total offense today. And we got the last few. Dak only had like 130 yards, like going almost damn into overtime. 130 yards passing? That's terrible. You can't win games throwing for 130 yards, man. You can't win games throwing 158, 172, 189. You don't win games like that. You just don't. You may luck up and beat a team that sucks, but when you play a good team, you're not winning those games with 185 unless your running back ran for 250, and that's just not happening every time.
Not in today's NFL. Well, hey, man, I think we had a chance to sit here and really soak this in a little bit, and we'll definitely come back with some other type of content throughout the week. Was there anything else that you wanted to say before we jump off here?
Man, I ain't got to say. I'm pissed. It's the same old thing. I'm going to go home and just be mad. And now I got to hear all these freaking trolls getting on my inbox, tagging me. I already had a troll. You know who you are, Fred Yates, trolling me, tagging me.
I seen him in here in the video giving us laughs.
He was in there laughing. Ha, ha, he, he. I get you. Ain't nothing I can say. I'm tired of going to work. I'm going to go to work, and guess what? How about them Cowboys? That's what they're going to say. Cowgirls, I get tired of hearing the same crap.
That's the worst part, man. The social media is rough.
The social media is rough as hell on us as fans.
I don't like listening to talk radio.
I don't even want to listen. I don't want to watch no TV, no nothing.
Because all they're going to do is talk about how the Cowboys and Dak Prescott sucks. And
yes.
He's not the right guy and this and that.
Like, it's sad that when we lose, I don't want to do no social media. It's like I want to shut down social media for a whole damn day because they're going to rip us tomorrow.
Yep, that's the consequences of being a diehard Cowboys fan.
And they're going to say, same old Cowboys. You feel me?
We love it when we win, though.
We're the same old Cowboys, dog. When's the 25-year drought? 27, 28, 29, and then when I'm 80 and I'm about to kick over, they're going to say, the Cowboys won, and I'm dead.
We appreciate all you guys who checked us out tonight. Again, we're live on Sundays, every Sunday. Make sure you subscribe, hit the thumbs up, turn on notifications so you know when we're live. We want you to get in here and give us your comments and talk with us every week. We'll be back next week with a pregame for the Jacksonville Jaguar game. We'll figure something else out. We might have something coming to you from the game. Not sure exactly what we're doing, but stay tuned for some cool content because actually – you want to tell them a little bit about that Cowboys experience?
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you a little about the Cowboys experience. I didn't get to talk to Barry today. I apologize, Barry. I still love you. But a lot of things going on. But check out the Cowboys experience right here where my hand is. I was able to check that out last week. It was a beautiful thing. Barry Griffith and his team are awesome. They top-notch. Go on to that website where you see right there. I have a guy already, Mr. Tim. I get the last name. He got in my inbox and actually signed up and is going to the Jazz game, which is going to be awesome. And also next week we had Faz Clark on here, Cole Beasley, who you see the 80 Stings right here. Cole Beasley's producer and manager, who was on the show for a good maybe 5-10 minutes, had a great talk. They're going to be out there for the Cowboys experience at a Lava Katina. Excuse me. My mind is just so wrecked because of this game. But at Lava Katina, Fez Clark will be there. Cole Beasley will be there to sign autographs, take pictures. It's a great experience. So if you want to check it out, please go to that website. They're top-notch and second to none.
Also, thanks to our sponsor, BetDSI. Don't forget to go over there and bet that game next week, or you can bet all kind of stuff. Just go over there and
don't bet on the Cowboys.
Just have a good week. Just have a good week.
Don't bet on us.
Just take your frustrations out on some gambling. Win some money. Use the promo code Dallas18. You'll get matched up to $500. So go check that out for us, and make sure you guys stay with us all throughout the week on social media and check back in next Sunday as we get ready for the Jacksonville Jaguars. And until that time, that's Big Game James.
That's Producer G Voltron.
Try to enjoy your night, and we're out.
Peace.